And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out Audrey Wright. Thank you for being the first one here this morning. Audrey Wright says, Morning fam, present teacher. Shout out King David. Thank you for being here as well. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to the school bus drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the garbage truck driver, picking up my garbage right now. Shout out to whatever your job description is: law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, construction workers, chefs in the kitchen, heavy equipment operators, AC techs. You don't know it, go already. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. That part, you're a good person. Shout out to you. Here we are on a beautiful Monday morning. Have to give some thanks and praises. You know, it's the 15th of January, which means we're already gone half of the month already. So we're looking forward to the end of the month soon and moving into February. Time now wait for nobody, my friend. Right? So whatever you got going on, get on it because time is not your friend. That way. All right. With that said, the chat is open this morning and we are going to be having a festive kind of morning. We have things to discuss this morning. So that's what it's about. I normally put in my little eye drops before I come on still, but I didn't do it this morning. Anyhow, we have some things. This is what we have on the table this morning. Health officials warn against harboring illegal Haitians. We're going to talk about that one. That's going to take a nasty left turn. Yesterday I was also on a young lady's site that I follow because she does arms training. You know, I'm talking about firearm training and stuff, and I follow her. But the discussion on her platform yesterday was her headline was Men, do not let a woman or your baby mother stop you from seeing your children. So I said to her that she said, because you have rights as men. And I said to her, they certainly can stop you. She said, no, baby, no woman can stop you from seeing your children because you have rights. And I said, they certainly can stop you. She said, SouFLo, give me an example then. So we're going to talk about that this morning on behalf of the men who are probably going through it. I was surprised that a grown woman like that still would ask, how could they stop you? You know? Because if you haven't done it yourself, I'm sure you have a home girl or a family member, a auntie, a cousin. One of your female family members is just like this because they are there in abundance. The kind of woman them that do all kind of tricks to stop the men from seeing their children. So I'm going to explain to you exactly how. I told her a short part of a story from my personal experience from years ago, which I'm going to share that same story here this morning. Right? You know, we go around saying deadbeat dad and you don't do enough and him don't even try to see him picking them. But there's another side to that story. And we often don't look at that other side to the story. So I'm going to shed some light on that side of the story this morning, right? On behalf of the brothers. That Gully Bop laid to rest and Andrew Holness says he is ready for elections in Jamaica. Those are the things we're talking about this morning. And a mother and her baby is missing as well. If you look at the icon for this video this morning, the female you see to the right of the screen with a little baby in her hand, that is the mother that is missing with her baby. I can show her on screen right there, so hopefully I won't lose anything. Because sometimes I move around this computer here, and next thing we know, everything that I set up is gone. Let me see if I could risk it real quick. All right. Unplug. This young lady right here, I'm showing her on screen. She's missing with her child. She and the baby gone. Them can't find them. Right? I'm holding the picture up there for a little while in case somebody knows her that watches this and them say, yo, SouFLo, me see her yesterday. Or me know her family, or me know her, and I know which part she is. We've done this before, and it worked before, and people ended up finding their people before. I think we've done this before, and one person was found dead, but everybody else was either found or never found. Right. So it works sometimes, right? That's our face. Somebody saying she looked pretty young. We'll get into the story in a minute. Let me fix my tea. Before I bun up myself, Rona. I have a hot cup of ginger tea this morning with me. Because I is a tea man. I have a hot cup of ginger tea with me this morning. Seeing another baby mother missing. I hope it's not a case of the Paul Well, says Reggae Girl Bento. Boy. The Paul Well case there. Well, let's start out with her first. First of all, shout out to Jamaica from the outside. YouTube. It's a YouTube channel that I'm encouraging people to go see. And I should do my due diligence this morning by asking you to go and check out Jamaica from the outside, especially for my Jamaicans who are living in South Florida or the state of Florida, period. People don't know say Florida big enough. You know, so you can drive for hours and hours and not exit the state of Florida. The state of Florida is so big you could fit like two Jamaica into it, right? So a one state. So when you hear people say, "Yeah, man, me in your state so flow, man, just tell me which part of them come through." It's you might be 12 hours away from me, literally 12 hours away from me. See, the state of Florida is huge. So, but for the people who are in Florida, I told you before about the goat farm, and you can get your fresh goat meat. You pick the rammy and them kill it and fix it. He used the word fix it up, and also the fruit farm, fruit and foods. So if you haven't seen Neesberry in a while and all these other things, and a variety of mangoes and so on and so forth, them have that on the farm as well. So Jamaica from the outside, check them out on YouTube. Just go over there, subscribe, and keep them in your pocket. Cause one day you might decide to say, you have a big party and you need a ram goat kill. Cause you gonna make some manish water and you gonna curry some goat and serve it with some white rice and them kind of something that you know how we do already. So that's the place you would go for proper meat, fresh off the farm raised kind of thing. That way you know which part your meat coming from, right? It's called Jamaica from the outside. They also feature places in Jamaica that are off the beaten path. Some very nice places that not too touristy, but you have to know it, right? So it's like a gem, a little treasure. Put it that way. All right. So let's start out with the mother, the teen mom. Dorothy T says, "I would love to get lost on a mango farm, but them. If you're in Florida, it will be good for you. The farm is huge, and like I said before, I didn't know so them have so many varieties of mango, and the man have everything, right? This young lady that's missing. Hear this. I'll show you the picture. I said mother and child missing. That mother is 14 years old. Yeah, she's a 14-year-old mom. 14. And she's missing. So you know the teen pregnancy thing, it not stop. Them not stop breed the little girl, them the little girl, them not stop uh fast up themselves. Big people something, business, you know. One of the biggest fears is Kemisha Yaga breed. Stay away from man. She's 14. Both of them are babies. Absolutely Veda. So they're both babies. There she is. I'm putting her up again one more time so you can see her face. See? All right. She's 14 years old. 14-year-old, her name is Kamika Brown, and her 3-month-old daughter, so she just had a baby 3 months ago, Davian Brown, both of Brixton Hill District in Mocho, in Clarendon again. They have been missing since Thursday, which is January 11th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. Today is the 15th. 5 days. Kamika is of brown complexion, slim built. She's about 154 centimeters, it said. So she is pretty short. She's like 5 feet tall to 5 feet 1 inch tall. Olive, now while Davian, the baby, is also of brown complexion and approximately 60 centimeters or 24 inches. Reports from the Mocha police are that about 9 a.m., the teen mom and her child were last seen at home where Kamika was wearing her school uniform, a white blouse, and a black skirt. And Davian, the baby, was dressed in a pink onesie. They had not been seen since. That was 5 days ago. Anyone knowing any whereabouts of the baby or of the baby mother, please contact the Mocha police or simply, which is easier, I won't even give out the Mocha number. Just give out the 119. Because people short attention span nowadays. Lord, the number too long, me no remember it. Just call 119. That's the emergency police number in Jamaica. Or just walk into your nearest police station and say, hey, I have some information concerning the little girl, Kamika, with that missing with the baby. Again, she's 14 years old and her baby is 3 months old. I'm saying to myself the same question that I see in the comment section. Who are the daddy? That me want to know. One time, not too long ago, another teen girl went missing and she had a baby as well. And we came up with some scenarios, but it turned out that the baby father was her age. So a two picnic have baby. I think she was about 15 and the baby father was 15 too. Or matter of fact, she was 1 year older than the baby father because the baby father was 14. It was something like that. But it was two kids that ended up having babies. So before we go assuming, I learned from before we go assuming. But in most cases, though, it's usually somebody that is older. And in most cases, this is not my words. This is statistic studied and proven. In most cases, when you see these young teenagers get pregnant, it's for some grown man who usually probably even having family and all these kind of things. And her family probably even knows who the baby father is. Not this particular case, but in general, these situations. But they don't tell. They don't tell because they want to protect the father of the child. Because they look at it like this: the baby done the year already. Him say I'm gonna take care of the child. What good is it going to do if we send him go prison? It's not gonna do no good. The child are gonna be without a father. So what we need to do is protect him. Don't say his who. We don't know his who breed are, and then him can silently take care of the child in the background. Right? It's one of those kind of cases. I think I'm not call no name, but it's one of those kind of cases. So in her case, we don't know who her baby father is. And it might add some texture to the story of how she gone missing. We've covered a story before where they killed the girl, but she was pregnant. She was a teen that was pregnant, and the father killed her because he didn't want it exposed that he impregnated a young teenager. So this can go any kind of way, right? We don't know what she's involved in. We just hope that she's found safe with the baby. We can't scorn her because a lot of young people, we're not encouraging 14-year-olds having babies though. That's not the flex. It's not a good look. And I want to tell every young lady out there, so if you breed at 14, more than likely you're gonna be handing down poverty. More than likely you're gonna be struggling like you never struggled before, especially if you come from poverty and you were struggling before, you just doubled your struggle, right? And you're gonna be struggling for a long time too. So I think y'all might want to think before you do all of this, right? Yeah, so but you don't have to tell them that over and over because they know it. They already know it. It's like saying the stove is hot. Everybody can look on the stove and say it red. It's hot. Everybody know what hot mean. It burn people. Some people want to put their hands on it to test it to see if it's really hot. Some people have to touch it to see how hot it really is, you know. And then there are some of us who we don't have to go through all that. We just watch other people, and when him put him hand on it and say, me say, yeah, me now put my hand on it, right? So there are a lot of teenagers like that. They see other teens go through it, them know say, no, me not do that. But then you have those who have to test the waters, right? I gotta do some big people something. I put on them glasses here, protect my eyes from these bright lights. These are not reading glasses. I don't wear test glasses. These are light blockers, Blu-ray glasses. All right. So it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, some people have to test the waters to see if it really work like that. I just hope she's found safe. And again, her name is Kamika. Kamika is her name, Kamika Brown. If anybody knows her, she's from Brixton Hill District in Mocho, Clarendon. If anybody knows her, anybody seen her. One more thing. A brother said on one of my videos a while back how him pick up girl from town, carry them go country, lock them down for a few days, and then when him done with them, him send them go back at them yard. She could be anywhere on the island. I'm just saying. Right? Donna Thompson said, if me have my 14-year-old daughter, me have to know. Me have to know she a fuck what less breed. Where is her mom? 14, mighty God of Daniel. When I used to have period and me and my mother see together how she fast. You didn't have one of them mother there. Yeah. But it's so again. Nowadays, it's privacy, my friend. You're violating the child's privacy. Remember, I know Jamaica changed, you know. This ain't one time. Jamaica changed. They can't discipline the kids even in school like they used to before. So you get a whole different result now. You see, back in the day, you get some rotted licking at school. You see, teachers were able to discipline you. Students grow up knowing, not knowing, grow up knowing that we couldn't this teacher. Right? So we did grow. It's different now. This generation now, those who are being born now, they're growing up seeing the other ones dissing the teachers. So them grow up, I feel like, say, yeah, teacher talk to me too hard, me can do that too. And then they're growing up seeing adolescents fighting adults and act like them run the place. So it's a different time period. Yeah. So you asking where is her mom? I'm telling you, I used to be an avid porn watcher. Okay. I don't indulge in porn like that anymore. For the simple fact that may I try save my juices for something constructive. Yeah? But on a real talk, may I tell you, you know, I'll never forget. I'm browsing through. Me never click that in there. Me I browse through and me see one page pop up where say Jamaica porn or something like that. When me click on it, in all my excitement, me say, yes, but me go see some Jamaican girl now. I had to run from that porn site so quick. And I told my audience about it because I think those are one of the sites where you like forward it to law enforcement and erase it off of you something. Me I talk about in a classroom, them there, you know, in a uniform, you know. And there's no mistaking, you know. You see the school and everything, you know. Down a bush, hitch up on a banana tree. And I was like, is this like somebody playing a role? You know? Me that think say somebody a play a role first. So me they look on a couple of them. Me say, is this somebody playing a role or but when it dawned upon me, I said, Jesus Christ, them little picnic here, a uniform, and them real school uniform. Blood fire in the classroom at the school. Yo, me come off of this blouse and skirt car FBI might there at my door. And I think this was years ago, and I told my audience this years ago. So they're still out there. They're still out there. They're still all over the internet. Them picnic nowadays a different breed. Different breed. When you hear them talk about Pop Molly and do this and do that, you best believe they're doing all of it. Sexually engaged, them have them man. Me see two young girl come on the other day upon Instagram. I talk about where black man I go. Where little boy my age I go. Me no want none of that. Me want big man. Big man have a big man know for hunger responsibilities. Big man have them monies. Big man have them this and them. I rhyme up everything and I talk. And they were in their school uniform and I act, I act like say a normal thing. So, hey, you have the grown men out there that are very predatory, and then you have the very willing young ladies who, whether it's through misguided coercion, force, all that molestation, whatever you want to call it, their minds are made up that that's what it is. That are the flex. Why my age can't buy me nothing? I'm want things. That's how she started out the video saying. And our friend next door I talk about, why my age can't buy me nothing? I me want things. Where boy my age I go? Where broke boy I go? Big man to me something. I was like, yo. And if you see how them little body little and frail in them uniform, and I talk about big man to me something. Eh? Now when big man done mash up you, from them the young age there. That's why I say when I say certain things, people talk about me disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful. When I say certain things, like if big man I mash you up from them the young age there, by the time you reach a age, mid-20s, I got 30s, where your mind start to change and you say, well, I probably want a man for myself now and settle down and whatever. You're properly used up, my friend. Yeah, you're well rev out and properly used up. Cause young boy and big man sex are two different sex. Big man in a some whole heap of something. So you're overexposed, you know, you're overexperienced before your time. By the time you reach them young age, they're young ripe 24. I've done it all. I've seen it all. This is when you're supposed to be starting, rev out and done. Rev out and done, man. So, yo, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I mean, no one, nobody act like says a good look neither. But we live in today's society where leave people alone, make them live them life. That part there. Yeah, it's none of your business. That part there. Where I watch people them picnic suffer. Me cut. Cause me no want them mistake me if you one of the man them. Where you watch people them picnic suffer, you watch what go on and you say, boy, make me give some solid advice and hope me can save somebody. Them over there say I watch a picnic too. So me not even look over there no more. It's their business, them can keep it. Yeah. Shout out to the teenagers, them, the youth, them, who are growing up under manners and respect, and they are not straying. And it's not because they can't, it's because they choose not to. It's a wise choice you're making, right? And it will pay off later on. You won't be damaged because young people don't realize the psychological damage that comes with this, Psychological damage come with this, A whole heap of psychological damage come with this, Yeah. That's why you see them reach certain age and then talk about all men are dogs, the whole of them are dirty dog, the whole of them are, because you can't see nothing else. You've been being abused since you were whatever age that was you start out. 13, breed by your 14. Them way there. And you butter yourself all those years after. So it's hard for you to fathom that there's actually good people out here. You've been through all the abusers. It's gonna play in your mindset with your conscious. And then not to mention the whole heap of the whole heap of survival behavior that comes with it. Yeah. So they're stuck in survival mode. And you're gonna be stuck in survival mode for a long time. Coming like a rabid pit bull. Cause you have to survive. It's gonna affect you in every kind of way. It's gonna affect you when you finally buck up into somebody good, we actually really like you for you, and are appropriate ages, and them want to settle down with you or do things with you, build with you. You're gonna sabotage and destroy those relationships. Because psychologically, anything you put yourself through, you have to go put yourself back through out of it in order to get out of it. You have to go decompress from any kind of abuse that you've been through. That's one of the main reasons why a lot of relationships don't last, because a lot of people been abused and they haven't decompressed. They haven't worked out, processed out the issues yet. So it resurfaces while you're trying to build new relationships, and your relationship them are gonna fail, right? And when they continue to fail, I guess you're gonna just blame somebody and move on to the next, to the next, to the next. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. Wagwan, you're low. You sound like it. Just it's Martin Luther King Day, by the way. I think you have the day off.
No, you hear me now?
Yeah, talk up now.
I think my voice did, whatever.
You're low.
But
You can't hear you.
1 second. Yes, you hear me now?
Yeah, decent.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
I'm really doing the first topic before I get into anything because I have something to do in idea. And some young SouFLo, I'm telling you this before.
Same.
But I remember going to school, right? Which was probably middle school, 5 years now, 6, something like that. And I was a witness to young girls fantasizing male teachers. I was the witness of young girls fantasizing taxi drivers. Right? I've seen things in my past little life where most of me never seen, I've heard stuff from my friends about females at that age back then that I wish I didn't hear. You get my say? And let me tell you, you see, single parent households in Jamaica, SouFLo, the more of that Jamaica will have now and in the future will affect the society in terms of how the children are being brought up. There's no fear factor in children in terms of discipline, SouFLo.
Yeah, so I feel like them run the place.
You see me? When I go to school, my witness, even I look at you one time, the police tell him, say, pull up your pants from your waist, And I backtrack him on to the police, and the police said, listen, maybe you have to rough him up. You get me, I say?
Yeah.
And let me tell you this. Not only single parent households, you see the grandparent households, SouFLo. When grandma can move at a certain age, but you live with her, you go to school, grandma said, Tanisha, reach home 4 o'clock. And I know said school done 3 o'clock. But them know say grandma lose.
Grandma up in her age now.
Yes, so them come in 5, 6 o'clock instead, and grandma say, oh, I told you, Tanisha. Oh, it was 4:15, grandma. That time Tanisha reach home 6, 7 o'clock,
So you take advantage of grandma.
Now Tanisha come to school tomorrow with an iPhone 15 SouFLo. Grandma now work,
She
the local money when mommy send from foreign, and if you buy iPhone 15, it costs 20,000 Jamaican dollars in SouFLo. So where does that come from? And when the person give you that iPhone 15, what do you have to do in return to get this iPhone 15?
Saying.
It's not a high and buy transaction, SouFLo.
Hold on there. Erica, easy. You know if you call the caller sick, he's giving an account. Him leave school. This is a young guy talking, and he left school, he said, about a couple of years ago. But he's just telling us what he witnessed while he was in school. You understand? We know that it's an adult's place to put a child in their place. See? And we know that, let's be for real, students have crushes on teachers all the time. Young adults have crushes on, or young people, young teens have crushes on grown adults all the time. But it's a grown adult's place to put them in their place. I'll give you a story in a minute. When you done talk, brother, I'll give the audience a story in a minute about a lady and her husband and her daughter. And the husband was actually her stepfather. I'll give you that story then.
So, as I'm saying, SouFLo, these are stuff that I've witnessed before, and I'm just telling the people because obviously my time going to school is different compared to people that are older than me, because Jamaica was different in your time and other people's time.
I'm here to tell you that we've been doing this for a long time. Because I'm older than you, but me see the same thing them where you see. I was so young though, I didn't understand what I was seeing. Like when them used to put the girl them in at the front of the bus, and she have to spread her leg and put one foot over here, so one over here, so, and the driver change gear in between her leg while him driving. Me never miss nothing, as I was sharp as a kid. I'm still sharp as an adult. I see everything around me. All where the back of me see it. So me used to wonder why him put her up in her leg and a change gear in between her leg, and them always select like the oldest girl in our school uniform to sit her up front with the driver, and then the conductor used to have his pick too, and him used to pack up the van first and then be like, the one that come sit down on my lap. And my grandmother used to always say, no, sit down on nobody lap. You understand? So, but we so young, we never, remember, I left Jamaica early. So we so young, we didn't understand what all that was about. As me grow older now, me used to realize, oh my God, one time I remember a conductor going in a back of a bus with a girl that come from my community. And no joke, me up at front of the bus, like in the middle part to the front. And we don't know where them back there do, cause him they pull out something. Well, it wasn't a sheet, but it was a big piece of whatever it was a towel or something. Anyway, this I with all the way on the bus, you know. And I'll never forget one time she walked past me. If we come out of the bus, remember the ranking fish smell, and I was confused as a kid. Like, what the hell was that smell? But now that I'm grown, I understand what was going on back there. So from long time, them something are going, brother.
But let me tell you, so
Yeah.
to even, back up the claim on whatever the case is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The person who claimed that I was sick, right? I don't know if they misunderstood what I was saying, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But, so a lot of children in Jamaica, right? Just for example, a lot of children in Jamaica, especially whether it's male or female, enough children just go to school just to look at teacher and SouFLo.
Boy, I mean, I know, I know.
Enough. When I go to school in SouFLo, I have my favorite sexiest teacher, you know.
Yeah, man.
When I go to class, I just see more, you know.
Yeah, man. Me didn't have that too.
I fantasize about doing things with the favorite teacher, you know.
Yeah, me didn't have that too.
So even the girls, imagine some of these teachers in Jamaica do things to them. And let me tell you, a lot of Jamaican men, you know, are of the notion that a girl might be 40, but if she big in her body and she look the more material out of the bunch, the more she deal with she. Because
Right.
that's what she look like, a big woman, she have big breast, she have big
Right.
whatever
Right.
the case is, isn't it?
Right.
So in Jamaica, there's a culture, I don't know if it's underlined or it's at surface level.
Grooming culture.
Grooming culture.
Grooming culture. Grooming culture, yes. It's very prominent in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say Jamaica because not to say that it's not happening anywhere else. We're Jamaicans. Because some people are saying, oh, not talk like so them something that not happen anywhere else. Always I make Jamaica bad. I don't know we had this talk about this morning. And please keep things in context. We're not down Jamaica. We're Jamaicans having a conversation about Jamaica. So we are saying that this happens all the time, and it's a prevalent thing that happens within our society. You understand?
And the last point before I leave SouFLo,
yeah,
in terms of missing people and especially young children, because young children predominantly go missing in Jamaica, I think even more than adults, right?
Right.
What I want to say, what I realize with a lot of Jamaicans is whenever somebody goes missing, right? Especially a young child, a girl, for example, pregnant or not, I realize that depends on the image that social media portrays of this person or the post.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing them say, "I'm money actually gone." And I realize that if it is a different type of person, they're more willing to show support. You get me saying?
Yeah.
But even that support is on social media. It's not in person to say, "Oh, let's go and help to find this person," if there is a search party to be involved, you know?
Right.
So this thing where we have preconceived notion of people where somebody comes down and say, "Oh, she probably got money here, she probably do for this." So I think it's something that we should get out of our minds and really think about doing things differently. You get me saying?
Absolutely. Because a child is a child regardless.
Yeah, you know, and
yeah.
I do enough dumb stuff in my life where no inside I say, "Oh, we should never do that," you know. So without money or them gone and not SouFLo, we can't have that preconceived notion at first, like, you know.
Right.
We have to be more proactive than reactive. But bless up.
Manners and respect, my brother. Absolutely. Yeah. The story about the girl now. A lady called one time and she said, "Listen, my daughter, she work at night, so she leave her daughter home with her husband. She's been married to the same man for a long time. She met that man when her daughter was like 1 or 2 or something like that, and got married some years later. Her daughter now is a teenager now. Well, I don't remember the story exactly, age to be specific. I don't want nobody go watch the video and then come say, SouFLo, you did do the video, but she wasn't. You never said she did at 15. You said she did at 16. She was one of them age there. Here's the thing. That stepfather realized what this is responsibility of an adult and the naivety of a teen. that stepfather realized that something was off because him said it was traditional to just sit down in the living room, watch some TV before him go bed at evening time, right? And make sure the house calm down and everything like that. And he noticed that his stepdaughter, which he doesn't see as step nothing, he says, I'm her father, because she don't know any other father. And he's been there since she was like 1 or 2. Well, she start come out at night time in a lingerie, come sit down in a living room with him while him watching TV. Her conversations started moving towards, because her friends are saying your mama husband so fine or your stepdaddy so fine or whatever, right? So it start getting a fear head. Let me tell you how the mom found out all that. Keep going with the story. Him said the first time she did it, he told the mom right away. He was like, yo, I don't know why, but when you leave here, she don't dress the way she dress appropriate when you're here. When you're not here, I'm sitting in the living room watching TV. She came out here last night in this little tiny skimpy stuff, and the way she got her legs open and all this other stuff, right? Like she's trying to. He told his wife right away. So kudos to him for that. No, the wife didn't know how, but she dropped our daughter. They talked to it. They talked about it first, how to approach her. Imagine if, for one, imagine if the mother said, "Nah, are you a look my daughter?" That could have gone south, right? So, and if he had waited, he could have also heard a long time she had do it and you not say nothing because you like it. So now you come tell me for what, right? So, as an adult, that's a responsible man that had no ill intentions for that young lady. Him tell the mother right away, babe, when you come home, we have to talk about this. So and it was her that was telling the story, the mother. It wasn't him. So the mother said they both sat and talked to her at the same time. And it was in that conversation that she learned that her daughter was having infatuation thoughts about her stepfather. Right. And the mother said, this is normal. It is normal, but it's also the responsibility of an adult to clamp that and to guide her and to say, yo, this, you can't do that. That's your dad. Regardless of if it's not your blood dad or not. This is the only dad you know that is your dad. And not only that, it's inappropriate, right? Your age is inappropriate. This, that, and the other. It's inappropriate. And teach her certain things. She said her daughter cried. She was ashamed. She was embarrassed, but they got it out the way. She never did it again. And the husband said she never did it again. She went back into being into her role of being what she was before. Hi, daddy, home from school kind of thing. Hi, daddy. She was daddy's girl, you know. So it shocked the man when him see what she had tried do. But it was her friends that used to come by the house that start putting that into her head. Like, yo, he fine as shit. Da, 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 da. You teenagers. Teenagers. Here is where it get risky. Teenagers are going to be teenagers. What happens to you physiologically as a teen? See, enough people, education goes a long way, you know. What happens? It's nothing to be ashamed of. What happens to you physiologically as a teen and into young adulthood? Your whole everything is all over the place for a young boy. You know, the testosterone is just off the charts, kicking. For a young girl, you know, her thoughts are going wild as well, right? This is where predators time it properly and step right in and take advantage right there. That is the time they need guidance more than anything else, right? So a predator will step in there and perfect timing. Imagine if she did have the wrong stepdaddy. And him now I got pick some and then ball. But she threw herself for me and I couldn't help I never but I know me did go after her and she threw herself for me. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. Period. Yeah, there's a dirty man and you did that because you had that already in your head that you were gonna do that, or you would react like how this lady husband react. Whoa, babe, call him wife at work, babe. Yep, we have to talk. Yeah, we got to talk about this. What happened? What? It's it's Keisha. Yeah, some funny stuff I go on here. We got to talk soon as you come home. Yeah, right away. So it's either you handle it like that or you handle it the other way there. But I know something where you ignore, play around with. Because some of them, they will see this weakness in the teenager and they will play with it, right? Me just I go sit down and flirt with her a little bit. Cause me know she a flirt with me. So me I flirt back with her a little bit. Mommy, they are work still. Flirt with her, and then that's called playing with fire. Yeah, and then the fire get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then everybody burn up in it. Right. So I'll never forget that story, and I always held the mom to high regard for the way she handled it, and I held the dad to high regard for the way he handled it as well. That could have turned out very, very bad. But understand this: when an adult gets into anything with a child, because that's what it is, a child, then it's never the child's fault. I see some people are talk about force ripe, broke out early. Them force ripe cause an adult force them ripe. Is an adult force them ripe. That's why them force ripe. Yeah. Broke out early. All this. That poor child was coerced, misguided, used. You can use many other words and they'll be factual. But it's always an adult that's predatory, that's taking advantage of a child. That's how it really is. See it? I know, and in our culture in Jamaica, yeah man, them girl they be a big man, them want, them force ripe, you see? That's just something we grew up saying. But the truth of the matter is, enough predator out there, and the predators are preying on these young ladies. And not everybody's strong, and not everybody is raised the right way with the proper roots, background, and support system. So some will fall victim, and others will be able to navigate their way through it. You understand? Right. Shamar Jackson said, yeah, man, enough man will take advantage of a young girl. Yeah, and we know this. And we know this. Audrey Wright, it is normal for teens to have crushes on older adults, but it is the responsibility of the adult to correct the behavior. Absolutely. That's why when the caller said, well, I used to see girl at school, and them go to school for the teacher, like they're into the teacher. It's normal. It's me used to have one teacher at school where me used to think, say, you know what I'm saying? Miss Hayden. I talked about her before in our tight skirt. Miss Hayden from North Miami Junior High. So I know that. But yeah, and that's why also it's important for, say, women who are not with the father of their children, if you're going to pick a man to go into a relationship with, to go to the levels where I'm gonna move into the house or you are gonna move in together and coexist as family, then you need to do deep research and deep studying of this individual's character. You understand? Yeah, because some of them man here, the first thing come out for them mind when time your daughter start bust breast and them something there. Him no remember say my stepfather anymore. This how him tell himself. I know my picnic. Me and she no blood related. That me can't touch it or nothing no wrong. Cause no like say me I touch somebody where we share the same bloodline. Yeah. So now have to be very careful. You understand? Some woman just rushing man in the house. So me like him. John is going to be living with us from now on. Me like him. And John come. Yeah, man, I can pay the bill, man. I have to worry about that, babes. I have it. Mortgage paid or rent or whatever pay. Light bill, phone bill, this, that, and other bill pay. Burden relief off her. She don't have to struggle so much no more. She happy. You not his real target. You the soft target. He planning this. He coming in for that little girl, that's your daughter. I've seen it before where the daughter said, Mommy, I don't like him. What do you mean you don't like him? Well, me like him. You're gonna have to learn to get to like him, Keisha. See this already, You're gonna have to learn to get to like him. Cause the bottom line is he's moving in with us. The poor picnic them don't have no say. That's why I say when couples part, it's under bare selfishness, cause nobody now think about the youth them. The man are gonna go his ways. He's gonna find another woman. The mother is gonna go her ways. She's damn sure not gonna become a nun. She's definitely going to be looking for her next man, whether she want to admit it or not. And then before you know it, this next man they're on our picnic them. And I love when women say stuff like, my intuition. If your intuition was that good, you wouldn't have been through that many men. Whether it's 3, 4, 5, you would have got it right the first time. Your intuition ain't that good. Yeah? Yeah. Them love talk about my intuition. My intuition tells me you're cheating. My intuition tells me said this person not right. My intuition that. So how you keep on going from how many relationships have you had? How long have you been on earth and how many relationships have you had? Okay, your intuition not that good. All right? Right. So you have to be careful. Parenting is a lot of responsibility. It's a serious charge. And it don't come with a book. It don't come with a manual. It's like a learn as you go kind of thing with parenting. Marie Johnson says some of the biological fathers are dangerous too with their daughters also. Absolutely. And this is where we say, don't trust nobody. Don't trust nobody. I've said this before, I say it again. And when I say it, people are like, me don't know about all that SouFLo, because me a father and me change my daughter. No. I change my daughter diapers only if I have no other choice. Only if I have no other choice. Seriously. And I do that because I want to establish with her from a very young age, no man can take off your drawers. My daddy didn't do it when I was too young to do it for myself. That's my message I want to establish. In a business what anybody else want to think, right? That's my message I'm trying to establish. Not even my daddy never do it one time when I couldn't do it for myself. So who are you? Nobody is supposed to be touching you there. Are your mother or a woman in the family? I'm not saying that these women won't go there too, but I would prefer the mom to do that than me run go do it all the time. Who should wet me change her? Who should wet me change her? Who should do the me change her? No, sir. Me changed my daughter already and she do it up herself and her mom wasn't here and she wasn't gonna be back for a long time. I think my daughter had diarrhea or something like that. And girls' bodies anatomy is built different than ours. Me I change my son, him do it up himself, him have diarrhea, me lift up him balls, wipe it off, round there, clean up him something properly. A little girl, it gone in our private area. You have to go now, like go around that time. No, me I left her right. That's until our mother come. It's like something that I can't do. Me just feel like semi a violator and I change our clothes. You understand? So yeah, man, as parents, you have to just be more on it. I'm gonna feel sad for the picnic them who don't have that. You know, that parent that watch them like a hawk, that take time with everything, that suss out everything. Yo, somehow no blessing a man, cause when you did things said, Jesus Christ, she just in a me neck back, so God damn, daddy just there all over me, so damn, mommy just in I bet you're thankful now. I bet you're thankful now. Cause you see the one them will never get that. Those are the ones that predators were able to get to. Yeah. And sometimes them predators work fast, boy. They be in and out. You don't even know who, how, when it happened. It happened, and now your child is scarred. And they're going to be scarred for life because now they're stuck with the memory of that, and they're going to have to decompress from that, deal with that, and get on with life, living with what happened to them. Boys, too, they're no longer specialized in Erica Easy says. Absolutely. That's another part that we can't talk about this whole day. That's another part. Boys, too. Here's our culture. I think I told you all about the last week. We do a story where the father is arrested. The school teacher. The school teacher. This happened in the U.S. The school teacher was having sex in the classroom with one of the students, and the student is 14, and she has other students watching while she have sex with the student. So right away, to show you how careless this big woman is, other students already even know and are in on it. Right? Guess what? The father of the teen knows. The father of the teen was arrested and charged as well because the teen told the police that it even happened one time in his driveway at home. The same teacher left school, see the youth a walk home and pop up. Come on, I'll drop you home. Pull up in him driveway. All right, the picnic in the driveway at the house. And guess who was home? The father. Guess what the father said? The father said, well, I mean, they're gonna do it anyways, regardless. So, but let me tell you what the father actually really said, cause this is what them saying in Jamaica. Yo, I buy you that, blood cleat. Yo, that come here, Jamie, or come here, James. Yo, Mr. McGee some. Talk to me, man. Mr. McGee, she run and nice, Mr. McGee some. Say yes, daddy, blood. I buy you that, They actually celebrate that. They actually celebrate it. To show you how wicked it get, right? Allow me I tell. To show you how wicked it get, right? If that youth there, this is a Jamaican culture. If that youth there ever go and say, Daddy, Miss Jameson, pull on my pants and suck off my little teely and hear him. Majority of them. You tell anybody else? No, me not tell nobody else, Daddy. You don't tell nobody else. No. Blood clot. So, wait there. I bex your bex? No, man, you can't bex for that, man. Proper thing go on. You're Batman or what? Where you cry for? Poor picnic feel abused, molested, freaked up mentally. Daddy, I got there right there to make him know, say, a proper thing go on, man. Or I cry, cause a man you like. Our. Then they're not gonna be like, Jesus Christ, this big woman jump on me little picnic. Is a stripe. Like Audrey Wright says, a pat on the back. See? Carrie Ann Jones, exactly. Where you crying a woman pull off your pants? Is a man you want to pull off your pants? Nothing wrong with it. For a woman, you're good, Right. Instead of doing his job as a father, right? Living vicariously through his son, actually. I'm going to look at the teacher and be like, boy, I'm going to take one out of it too, So I'm glad to see you get it still. Yeah, man, it running out of blood. So you're right. The boys are not off limits. Them get a whole heap too. Boys, just that time, you know what I'm saying? If you're a parent, your work cut out for you. If you're a good parent, your work cut out for you. If you are the lazy parenting, then of course you will miss everything and you don't care and you won't care. And until it's later on. Let's close this segment by saying this. A man said the other day, he said, the day will come. I think it's an older couple that does counseling. He said the day will come where those children that you're raising, they'll be big enough to stand in front of you and lay everything out, and you won't be able to do nothing. Please remember, when that day comes, because they're going to confront you one way or another. If you frigged up their childhood one day in your life, them lick a picnic there when them grown, they're going to be voice a roll, beard upon face, much taller and bigger. They're going to be standing over you. They're going to say, you make certain things happen to me, and, you this and that. You're a shitty parent. Or they're going to be like, man, I love you so much, Mom or dad, you protected us, you loved us, you cared for us, you gave me the best childhood. Whichever one you side of the spectrum you end up on, the day will come. Remember that part. And when the day comes, he said, this is not your time to go, well, I did the best I could. Because whatever damage was done to them, they've been wearing it since then. So them no want to hear no excuse from you. You have a responsibility. Uphold your responsibility. See? And do that to the best of your ability. All right. Nicole Wright says, my daughter works alongside wealthy older men. She comes home saying she is happy I raised her with morals. These men are disgusting. Yeah, because money can buy almost anybody these days, right? Even the ones who thump Bible and say, hallelujah! Have too big something in them jaw corner. The money was enough. Yeah, man. Humans are something else. But moving right along still, we're on to another topic this morning. Gully Bop was laid to rest. We're not going to spend too much time upon Gully Bop. I miss him from my heart. I know me say so, and mother says so. Mother says she miss him from her heart. And she's crying for the son that never left her side. Every girl want to walk off for me. Boom. Norma Blake, the mother of Gully Bop, was a picture of grief at yesterday's Thanksgiving service for her son at the Louise Bennett Garden Theater on the grounds of the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center off Hope Road, St. Andrew. Since his death last October 31st, tears have been her closest companion, but Blake, who spoke of her close bond with her son, is hopeful that she will see him again somewhere, somehow, one day. I really love him and me really miss him to my heart. From him pass, I don't stop cry. Sometimes my daughter keep on a rough me. So me I go one side go cry. Blake, who was being comforted by a relative, told the Star, shout out to the Jamaica Star. She referred to Gully Bop by the name which she gave him at birth, Robert Lee Malcolm, saying that he was a good boy, from him was small, and that of all her children, he was the one that actually never left her. This make three son now me have who dead. Thief killed the other two on the road, and I have a daughter who died too. Four children me have who dead. Me really miss him because him never leave me. And I hope to God that someday we will meet each other on the banks of that beautiful river. I would like to meet him again. Blake shared that Gully Bop was at her home in Grand Spen when he became ill. However, she was in the country with her daughter. She wasn't at the house. After he went to the hospital, she never saw him again. That's where it ended for him. Me never expect him to die. Me know Sam was sick, but I never know it was cancer until afterwards. It is said that Gully Bop was diagnosed with cancer and he hid his cancer diagnosis for as long as he could. Y'all remember when I saw the video and I said, yo, is that a colostomy bag he has? Right? That's a stoma. I said, that's cancer. I said that. Everybody else was like, no, him they have one liver infection or something like that. I said, no, watch and see, because I've worked with people like this before, right? And then the next time I saw him, I said, yeah, he doesn't have lung. Y'all remember that? I said, him not have lung. From what I saw of him, he's going, right? And then shortly after, he was gone, right? The mother said, we never expect him to die, and we never know say it was cancer until afterwards. So he didn't tell nobody. Then me say, how Robert get cancer and we don't come from cancer family? Him just gone. I miss him so much. And I am so sad. Me never see him before. Just a little FYI to everybody out there. You don't have to come from cancer family. Your lifestyle can bring on cancer. Or if it's genetic, it can skip generation, and still hit you. DNA is something that is very powerful, right? So just your lifestyle, period. The things you consume. You might come from a healthy bloodline and they're all long livers and you end up live short. You know, cause you eat all heap of foolishness and you consume all heap of alcohol and you don't exercise and you live a certain kind of way and then that happens. Sometimes it can be DNA, genetic, and sometimes it can be because of lifestyle. In a lot of cases, it's more lifestyle than it is genetic. Because even those who are genetically predisposed, they're able to stave it off by changing certain things. And another thing is when people say it's hereditary, a lot of the times, if you check it, it's the lifestyle that's hereditary. That's why the disease seem to be hereditary as well. The same foods are passed down, right? And you eat the favorite food because, man, I remember my grandmother used to cook this all the time. And so you eat it all the time now, too. And your mother used to eat it and she eat it all the time now, too. And your father and them eat it and now you pass it down to your kids. And so everybody who eat that kind of food there on a constant basis, they sick over time and end up passing from the same thing. And then they start saying it's hereditary. Change up some of them things there, right? Some of the things them that our elders ate and the way they prepared it, it's not necessarily healthy. Yeah, it tastes good, but it's not something you should be consuming all the time. Clogged arteries, all kind of something that gonna happen to you, right? Stroke, diabetes, lead to amputation. Absolutely, right? And I'm speaking to you on this part from, I actually have my occupational therapy book right here. Physical dysfunction, practice skills for occupational therapy and occupational therapy for elders. Right in front of me. Yeah, so the computer dep on it right now. And the next one, the right up there. So quick reference to occupational therapy. So at school, me gonna learn them things here. You know how they say, oh, this cancer affects black men more than it affects white men or black people more than white people. Sometimes it's the diet. It ain't the cancer. It's the diet. And them done pass the diet down from generation to generation and the lifestyle from generation to generation. And just a kill out everybody I go down so. And the ones who skip it are the ones who actually end up skipping the diagnosis of that. Seeing? Right. All right. She said she never expect him to die. So he was sick at her house. She wasn't there. She was in the country. And he went to the hospital. And when he left and went to the hospital, that was it. He never came back out. One of her concerns was that after Gully Bop got sick, all who he used to give money to, them start talk bad things about him. And the people who him used to help and take care of before him get sick. Say him I go back in the gully, go live and all this. That time he's hurting, that time him have him diagnosis, that time he himself probably knows that he's, it look like me I got dead, because that's a frightening diagnosis to have, especially when they have to cut a hole in your stomach and that is where you poop through. I've worked with that bag before. I know everything that goes with it. It's frightening just to look at. It's psychologically damaging for the individual who carries it. Not only that, on a medical level, when the bag is in the side, there's also a plug in the butthole. Yeah, because it's bare mucus coming out the body hole. So imagine you going from fully functional to, see, we talk them things here when stuff like this happen because of the perfect time for talking. Because everybody I listen and them I say, yo, Gully Bop, and make we go hear him. I say, cause Gully Bop just dead. But it's a right time for teach. You understand? Little bit of education goes a long way. I saw one of my clients, the amount of mucus that was coming out of that plug that was in him body, and there's a man where him just kept walking around because him couldn't sit down. And then when he sat down, he had to we had to position him. Seating positioning had to be something we worked on with him so that he could sit comfortably for long enough. And you could see that it mess up him head, and he kept saying, man, I just want to go home. I just want to go sit by my lake. I'm on one house by one lake. I just want to go sit by my lake. And he would say my name and drink a bottle of my favorite wine and cast my fishing rod out in there and catch some fishes. And I said, damn, Him no look like him won't make it at all. And he lasted for a little while. Him about a month in the facility I was at, and they sent him home. And then 2 weeks later, his daughter come and say, "I would like to thank y'all for everything you did for my dad." I was like, "Damn, is he better?" She was like, "No, we're planning his funeral, and I'll let you know if you guys want to come by." Just like that. See? So you have to be careful. And again, I'm encouraging men, especially y'all, go get your regular checkup. Go get your regular checkup. A lot of the times we ignore stuff until it's too late. And then when it's too late is when we are like, run, go a doctor. Doctor can't only do so much now. A lot of these things, they can work on it and you can actually overcome it and go back to living somewhat of a normal life, right? But if the diagnosis is hit too late, then there's nothing they can do. Metastasized, it's everywhere, it's in all your organs, all that other stuff is going to be very hard to fight. And most people don't come back from it. So again, put it on your priority list. Just like how you have the car get check up on a regular basis, you get your oil change, you get your this, that, and other, rotate and take off and put on 4 new tire and wawa. Do your body the same way too. All right. One of her main concerns was that people who he used to care for, they started clowning him after he got sick. She stressed, however, that at no point her son was living in any gully. And she shared that he never did like the moniker from the gully, but it was a selling point, I guess, from the gully to the money. He never lived in any gully. But I accept it. So that's okay, she said. The entertainment fraternity was a no-show for his Thanksgiving service, which was attended by mainly close relatives, one of whom, Francine Weatherburn, gave a dramatic remembrance punctuated with exclamations of, "And guess what?" which had attendees on the edge of their seats. I saw a video from, what's your name? She tell me to be chat too much the other day. Amari. I saw a video from Amari. Amari said, nobody never go in funeral, I think about 30 people max or so showed up at Gully Bop funeral, if 40. And no celebrity showed up. Nobody from the music fraternity showed up. No nothing. Hey man, you're born alone, you die alone. You're buried alone. Your casket no have no other compartment, my friend. You understand? Right. So Gully Bop's son, Nico, that not sit right with me. Because when Amari sing about Nico, you mash up my life, and then I find out that Gully Bop have a son named Nico. But yeah, it's probably our boyfriend Nico for somebody else. I don't know. It was just weird. Anyhow, Nico was smooth as he described his father as a typical Jamaican father. He attended to his father's body at the funeral home where he worked, and he explained why the entertainer was dressed in a red suit. Red, he said, is the color that he used to make his entrance in. The first interview on ER, he was in a red suit as well, and a red Hollister shirt. And red is his favorite color. If you remember Sumfest, it was red as well. He will be missed, but his legacy will be there for everyone to listen to, Nico said. Close off this part by Gully Bop, I'll say this. People love you when you're dead, People love you when you're dead. The amount of kind words and well wishes I saw on social media yesterday, I said, wow. And then I looked at Gully Bop funeral with a glass casket, and him just lay down there, look so peaceful and well put together and stuff. And I said, boy, this look like the carriage drawn by the horse and all this other stuff. It looked like $1 million funeral. But there was a point where we all know that he needed that money because he was begging for change in the last days, right? Right. For anything you can give for help. So people love you when you're dead. Because when you're dead, them are going to give you the best. Horse-drawn carriage, glass top coffin, big wreath, and all these other things. The people them that ignored you the most when you were alive, they'll show up to cry the loudest. Why, God Almighty? Oh, I'm going to miss him. They'll write the most on social media. Oh, my God, R.I.P. God go with him, legend, so on and so forth. You never tell him he was a legend when he was alive. When he was asking, you spent all your money on Frigri, not even a dollar you wouldn't send go give him, right? You clowned him that he went from the money to the gully, to the gully, to the money, and back to the gully. You laugh, it was your joke, all that. Not true? I said yesterday, I said, boy, I remember when me and Gully Bop go back and forth, and Gully Bop said, throw. You need to find a tall ladder and climb on it and somersault off in your mother hole. And I actually found it funny. I laughed. I laughed so hard because just if you think about it, how the hell you think of something like that? Climb a tall ladder and somersault. And him couldn't say somersault, him say somersault, right? After like your mother hole. And I was like, and I never took it personal. You know, we went back and forth, and then that dead, I told y'all before, his management said, to take down everything from where me have from him off of the channel, and I did. My point is this, man. At the end of the day, if you have something to tell me while me alive. If you have something to give me while me alive. Nobody wait till me dead to come give me no accolades. Nobody wait till me dead to come give me no big beautiful flowers. Nobody wait till me dead to call me no legend. Nobody wait till me dead to give me my credit for all the things I did. Because I won't know. And it won't mean a damn thing to me then. Somebody said the other day, the National Heroes Award. They have a article in Jamaica on the front page that said Usain Bolt, Bob Marley, this person and that, Miss Lou, who should get it? Our brother said anybody alive shouldn't get that award. I said, why not? We need to start giving people awards when they're alive, right? If you give Usain a National Heroes Award after Usain dead, Usain will never know that he accomplished that great accomplishment. That is going to be for you to celebrate, but it don't mean nothing to him because him gone. So why not give it to him while he's alive so he could be treated and feel like he's appreciated at that level while he's alive? Me hear what you say, SouFLo, but me still think of dead people forget them award there. Me just stop talk to the person. Because all I said to you still don't make no sense. When you're dead, nothing you see here means a damn thing to you. You're dead. Thief to a dead like a chichimere. That's what them used to say a country, that's true? Yeah, you not mean nothing to you no more. And in Bob's case, I'll say this. Life is short, even when it's long. And the whole away have a date with death as well. Him just gone before us, my friend. But for we there soon come to. All right? That way there. And some are way more than halfway there. So just remember, right? Sow good seeds. That part. Because that fate awaits all of us. Yeah? Rest in peace, Gully Bop, and big up yourself. You came, you saw, you did faced in a Ross, you lived, and then life is for the living. You exited. See it? Right. Jen Jones, the stage just like me, LOL. Hold on. Shamar Jackson said, nobody wait till man dead and gone. When you come, Lego be a white dove. Yeah, I'm big read. I'm ball loud. One of my brethren them say, boy, any of the woman them want give him some, check him now, please. Cause while I'm willing and able, nobody talk about how me did good looking after me dead and gone. Make it known now. Yo, me want some now. Yeah, we can't do nothing, my friend. But yeah, man, big up to Gully Bop, same way, seeing? All right, on to the next one now. We have two more topics. One of the topic is very well pressing. JLP ready for local government elections, declares Andrew Holness. The Prime Minister said he's ready. You know, they've been saying for the longest that it's time to call the elections in Jamaica. Seeing? Jamaica Labour Party leader and Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared that his party's political machinery is ready for local government elections that are due. Get this, people. The election in Jamaica is due by February 28th. Holness' comments were based on reports that were submitted by senior officers. We're not going to go through all of that. We just going to say this. He's been very busy on the campaign trail. taking pictures every opportunity he has, going into communities and bumping fists and waving and hugging and kissing babies and the whole political thing and giving away houses. We see him one night I slide go down the gully in some dress shoes and jeans and stuff. Me I say, yo, where the man a slide go? It a rain. Went down there to go give away a house. At this point, if elections are called in Jamaica, I don't think that the JLP is going to win the election unless it's rigged. Yeah, I saw a video the other day of JLP voters who have turned the other side now. Them are wear orange now. Those are the people you will see out there. And I didn't know it was a thing because I saw them and I said to myself, say, them people are confused because them come out in a orange and green. And it actually means they are the ones that are switching over. Not to mention a few of the political leaders have switched over sides as well. See? So the party said Holness outlined some important perspective on issues of national interest. Those include the push for his administration to make Portmore the 15th of the parishes in Jamaica and a bunch of other stuff. He made it clear that making Portmore a parish was never intended as an election gimmick or a strategy to win Portmore. He noted that the country is evolving economically and culturally and socially, and we've given the country the best of everything that Jamaica has ever had, and they are the party to go forward to. All me I go say to Jamaican people in this is this. I can't tell you how to vote. I cannot tell you how to vote. I can tell you that you need to be voting in the best interest of you and your family. Stop vote because you're loyal to a party. We're tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing the same people them who complain and suffer year after year get up and vote for the same people who had them complaining and suffering year after year. You have choices. Right. So if JLP works for you, vote JLP. But if it don't go over there just because my mother JLP, or my father JLP, or my granny I did JLP, so me a JLP too. That right there needs to go. That's the destruction of Jamaica right there. The last topic for the morning, which is very, very dear to me. I see something happen over the weekend. And I think things are going to get better, but they keep on to get worse. Health officials warn against harboring illegal Haitians. Walk with me through that story. The chief medical officer for Portland's health service is urging residents to discontinue harboring illegal immigrants from Haiti, warning that these individuals who have been frequently arriving by boat to the island could be infected with communicable diseases. So be very careful intermingling with them. Dr. Sharon Lewis, you should be ashamed of yourself. Dr. Sharon Lewis was addressing the monthly sitting of the Portland Municipal Corporation yesterday. She made the call against the background of the undetected arrival of 3 groups of Haitians who landed in eastern Portland during the latter part of 2023. Since October of 23, a number of Haitians evaded the police upon their arrival, and they were in hiding on the island. A few have been found at the time by the police, and they were brought into the health team by processing, Lewis said. It is believed that the last set arrived on the 27th of December, but the specific location of their landing remains uncertain. We're unsure how many of them had actually arrived on that day. Since that time, 14 Haitians were found in East Portland communities, and they've been processed so far by the health team. I again remind our community members in the eastern part of the island, particularly in Portland and St. Thomas, that it is very important for the health team and for the police to be alerted immediately of the arrival of these Haitians. According to Lewis, the threat of the reintroduction of malaria and cholera into Jamaica through the entry of Haitian nationals via unofficial ports is very real. She noted that those conditions are endemic in Haiti while pointing out that cholera is a potentially life-threatening diarrheal disease. You're going to shit yourself to death. Be careful, the Haitians. Lewis said that symptoms can develop 5 to 12 days after infections, with infected persons showing mild to moderate symptoms, and she explained that roughly 10% of infected persons are affected by profuse, watery diarrhea, resulting in them becoming severely dehydrated. She noted also that if this severe dehydration is not promptly treated, that the persons can die. On this list, they have symptoms of malaria as well, and they're telling you to watch out for these Haitians. Since July of 2023, approximately 130 Haitians have landed in East Portland in 5 separate groups. And so far, 93 of the 130 have been repatriated, sent back, while 37 of them who are currently housed at a location in Robin Bay, St. Mary, are waiting ruling on whether their request for asylum will be granted or they too will be deported from Jamaica back to Haiti. Here's where I have a problem at. I asked the question before. Is there a rift between Jamaicans and Haitians? Is there a stereotypical thing that we use against the Haitians? Are we treating them less than humans? And the more I ask that question is the more I'm given proof that we are, and we do. When the Cubans come in, the Cubans are treated rather nicely. Even when they're found wandering the island, they're treated rather nicely. They never use words like they evaded the coast and they came in illegally and all this other stuff. They take them, they take care of them. They said they were given help, and then they are to be deported shortly after. The Haitians are turned around in a 24-hour period, except for one group of the 5 groups. The other 4 sent back in 24 hours period. No due justice, no due process, right? Not only that, the headline is disrespectful. I heard somebody say it's xenophobic as hell. Health officials warn against harboring illegal Haitian immigrants, warning that these individuals frequently arriving by boats could be infected with communicable diseases. What type of friggin' headline is that? Let me put some context to this for you guys. Nobody coming into Jamaica from America, from England, from any other place who come in legally. That means they bought a ticket. They're going to jump on a plane. They're going to land at Sangsters or land at Norman Manley, and they're going to walk through the airport and be processed through and say, yay, I'm in Jamaica for a vacation. Guess what's not required for any of them? Testing to see if they might be carrying these communicable diseases that they're warning you that the few little Haitian them will come in might be carrying. So why you stick that stigma to the Haitians and put them on front page? I guess that's to scare the Jamaican people more into saying these people might be infected with something we can kill we, you know. Stay far from them, you know. You might as well tell them stay far from every tourist that come into the island too, legally. Tell me something that makes sense. Tell me I don't make sense. Nobody is tested coming into Jamaica. Man come down there raw, HIV positive, carry them medication with them, come frig off some of the cheap girl them down there, spread AIDS. Ain't nobody getting tested to come in. Man come in with all kind of other something. Spread that. Gone back at them yard. Coward propaganda, Vader. That's what that is. And I felt so embarrassed reading it. I was like, damn, Jamaica. Dr. Sharon Lewis, boy, you should have been ashamed of yourself. God no. But hey, they do what they do, and they have their reasons for doing what they do when them do it like that, right? Just keep on noticing that is only a certain set of people get treated with a certain type of treatment. I'm going to leave it right there, so. Have a wonderful day. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. Stay conscious. Seeing? And be good. Cause life short for real. Walk with God. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts. For the people who are following the dancehall thing, I've already written out the response from what's your name there? And I'm about to go do the video now. So that will be up later for you, and you can enjoy that review as well. Right? One love. I'm out. Peace.